What's going on? I'm M Drone One, and I'm here to talk about my experience with DJI. DJI is a drone company, well-known drone company, and they're probably one of the best drone companies out for consumers and for enterprise drone level. And that, over the years I dealt with them for like around the last 8 years, buying all different types of drones, camera drones mostly, and some of them enterprise drones. So I've been through a lot of drones, and owned a lot of drones. And my experience with DJI has always been pretty good, but in the last few months since the Avata came out, this guy right here, this little FPV drone. Now I've never flown FPV before, so this would be the first time flying FPV, in this style of drone. You know what I mean? So I did purchase it when it first came out. I was interested. I always been interested in flying FPV, and I've always had a lot of respect for those who fly FPV because it's you're flying manually, and it's just crazy, Now I'm not in that realm yet or in that status of flying manually like acro, but I think it's a great drone, a good starter drone. It's a good start off drone for FPV, and it's also, I think DJI came out with this drone because of the cinematic shots you can get from it in different perspectives. Now, I look at drones as another tool in my toolbox of cameras. You can see back there, maybe you'll see some cameras back there. Anyways, this is just another perspective of getting, different view on things and being able to capture different perspectives. And so I delve into this drone, the Avata, and of course, I started off slow, but I got really into it and started like gapping a lot of stuff. And first it was in normal mode, and then I said, you know what, I gotta stop flying in more faster through things. So sport mode, of course. Um, and you get your crashes, you get and it's such a durable drone. It's really durable. I've smashed into a lot of things, but there's sometimes you just get that one smash that's gonna have to, send it back to DJ Med. I call it DJI Med actually, and so that's where they repair it. I'm in Rhode Island, and DJI, where they repair these things is in California. So when I send out a drone to get fixed, it's pretty far off, and it takes about 4 to 5 days to get there. You know, so I just want to say how my experience is. Of course, I bought DJI Care Refresh for this, so I think you should really buy it because it's amazing how they work with the DJI Refresh, because Care Refresh is because basically if you smash this thing, you get it and you bring it in and you send it in. It's only like $29, no matter what's wrong with your drone. Like they charge you $29 the first round, right? So my first crash was bad. I was flying through a steeple and try to get through. As a matter of fact, I made it through. I made it through, and then I try it again, of course, and I wanted to get a little bit more faster through, and I crashed, and it ended up inside the steeple, and I was lucky enough it didn't drop down, but I was able to get it out. But when it got out, it hit a few branches, and it just took a really bad hit, and so it needed to be repaired. So I sent it into DJI, and it took a week to get there about. Because of the weekends, the UPS ain't working, so it took about 5 days to get there, and then I go to wait for a weekend, and then I start hearing some news around Monday or Tuesday of what the damage is. So I end up paying for the damages. The first crash cost me about 200 and change, 200, almost $300, which I didn't use the DJI Care Refresh. But anyways, and I spoke with somebody on from DJI, one of the representatives, and I said, hey, I meant to press DJI Care Refresh for the $29 and not pay the three, and they said there's nothing they could do. They couldn't refund my money, but so I said, okay, whatever. I was a little bit mad, but they end up sending the drone back. They shipped it 2 days instead of like the regular standard shipping through UPS. They send it back, and in 2 days. So I was happy to get my Avata back, right? So I get my Avata back. Now wait, when UPS drops the Avata off, right? It's a big bag, right? I mean, a big box. I'm sorry, a big box. And I'm like, why would they send this small little drone, right, in a big box? So I open the box. I was like, it's Christmas again, right? And in the box was this, a nice DJI backpack for the Avata. I believe it's for the Avata, or it's for the FPV drone. Actually, I went out and bought the FPV drone because I was so I needed to fly something like that. Of course, I got the Mavic 3, and I got some other drones, but I just started really getting uh, addicted to flying FPV style with the headphones. I mean, the headphones with the goggles. So they sent this bag to me. So they sent the 2-day air, right, and then sent this bag, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And inside this bag had all kind of little different accessories and stuff like that. So they really hooked it up, right? And so I was like, man, that's awesome. I've been waiting to make this little video so that I can just thank them. Thank you, DJI. I really appreciate it. But wait, so I go back out to fly this Avata again, right? And of course, I have another crash that wasn't so as bad as the crash before, but it needed to it wouldn't the gimbal wouldn't take a calibration. So I sent it in. Of course, it takes the 5 days, and they received it, and I said, hey, all right. It was gonna cost $100 and something dollars. I used the DJI Care Refresh this time, $29. So I was like, man, I can't wait to get my Avata back. I don't want to wait. So I called them up on a Thursday, which was the other day. Today's Saturday. I called them up on a Thursday and I said, DJI, I spoke with one of the representatives, and him and I had a great conversation about the Avata, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to want to do this really cool shot through a stadium, and just like the one in Wrigley Field, and this and that. And I'm talking to some people in my state. I've been able to do that because they're gonna tear down this stadium, and it's called McCoy Stadium. They're gonna tear it down, and I want to do this really cool Avata shot through it and maybe stage things and stuff like that. And I was talking to him, and I said, what I do with the Avata is amazing, and I love this drone, and I think DJI did a really good job on it. And I said, could you possibly, I'll pay for it to be sent maybe 2-day air or something like that in advance, quickly, right? He goes, hold on, and he goes over and he switches offline, whatever, puts me on hold, and then he comes back. He goes, yeah, I'll send you, something where you could pay, to get it 2-day air or whatever. So I said, all right, fine. That's great. That's great. Thank you so much. And, like I said, we had a great conversation. And so I get an email, and it's like $92. And I'm like, well, man, that's kind of crazy, $92. I'll get it 2 days, whatever. It'll probably come in Monday, whatever. I was like, you know what? I just paid $29. I should have paid the 106, right? How much it was going to cost to fix. I said, I'm not going to pay it. So I emailed them and I said, hey, listen, DJI, whoever, to whom it may concern, just send it standard. That's fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate, you doing this, and I'll just wait patiently for it. And then so they said, okay, we whatever. And then next thing you know, I got a shipping email saying that it shipped. And then they gave me a tracking number. And in that tracking number at UPS, I looked at it and it wasn't ready yet because they hadn't picked it up. And then I waited a couple more hours and then I looked at it and it said that your package, basically my thing will be here January 14th. I said, wait a minute. That's tomorrow. This was Friday when I looked at it, right? That's tomorrow. How is it going to go that fast? It's only going to be sent because they didn't charge me the $92 because then I didn't put my credit card in. And then I said, hold on, wait. That's like 1 day because it was sent out on that Friday. So here comes Saturday. I look at my thing. Before you know it, it's in Rhode Island. It's down the street from me, saying it's going to be delivered at 12 o'clock. And I said, man, that was next day air. And I didn't have to pay for it. And DJI, they hooked it up, man, again. And so instead of sending me the one that they fixed, they sent me a brand new one. Okay, and another big box. And I'm like, DJI, what did you do again? Listen, I'm becoming a fanboy. And I don't care what anybody says, I'm becoming a fanboy. They sent me this little pouch. Now, I don't know exactly, and I'm assuming that this is for the Avata. But I want to look into it because this is a cool little pouch, man, just to boom, 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 and go out and get out and just fly the Avata. You know, it's probably not going to fit all 72 Do I have 72 batteries? I don't have 72 batteries, but not all the batteries, but I can always put those in a little bag. But this is cool. It's just incentive. It's just like what DJI does as a company, and Frank Wang, who owns the company, and DJI, people may have their things about them, and they may not have the bad experiences, good experiences. Some might have bad experiences, but if you just call them up and share your concerns, they do listen. And uh, I just had a great experience with them in the last couple of times with this Avata, and I just wanted to thank them. This is basically an appreciation video for DJI, and so I'm gonna get to opening up my Avata and get to flying again. Unfortunately, it's raining today, but I'm gonna look for a break and I'm gonna go out there and fly with the Avata. Peace. Hey, and make sure you subscribe. Cause I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, subscribe, subscribe, and share. MDrone1. Like, subscribe, and share. Share, like, subscribe. Okay, don't subscribe. No, subscribe. I mean, if my channel grows, we'll see what happens. I don't know where it'll take me. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't want to be a YouTuber. But it's nice to have, some subscribers that listen to you. And maybe you'll have a good experience with DJI like I did. Peace.